Hey everyone, this is my second video for you today. If you have not watched my previous video, stop this one, go back to my previous one. Uh, Look at the information I talked to you in regards. I talked to you about in regards to the different types of fossils and fossils of Virginia and how fossils or land features can be rearranged from natural forces called unconformities, intrusions, and faults and so forth. All right, so be sure to watch that video before watching this one. Afterwards, after you watch that video, I want you to go to YouTube and type in how fossils form. So right there, how fossils form. And I've already watched several of these, and most of them are terrible. So the best one I found, I want you to scroll down to where this you see this guy. It's called a Dino Show. Is the channel, and it's called "How Does a Dinosaur Fossil Form?" or "How Does a Dinosaur Become a Fossil?" And this lasts about 6 minutes and 13 seconds. So I want you to watch the whole video. Now, he does a lot of sidebars and acts crazy a little bit, but the information that he gives is really good. And I'm going to go over it a little bit, things to pay attention to. Now, my volume's turned down because I don't want it to interfere with what I'm trying to talk to you about. This is from the National Museum. I'm sorry, the American Museum of Natural History. There it is right there. And inside here, we have tons and tons and tons of dinosaurs. Now, these are casts definitely in the background you see. I don't know if they're the real dinosaurs or not. If I had to guess, I'd probably say no, but they could be. Anyway, that's not relevant to the one I'm trying to get to. He does a good job telling you how they form. He does a lot of sideboarding. I'm fast forwarding because I want you to see something that I found really interesting while I was watching this. And he does, he gives definitions and goes in detail about it. He also, I like this back here where he shows how a fossil can actually be broken down pretty quickly by animals eating on it. And I think that's done right here. Yeah, he's showing a time lapse of an animal, say, is to die and hit, out in the field or something. How bugs will take that specimen and just break it down very quickly. Now, what's left over is the hard part, and the hard part, if it's buried in time, can become a fossil. If it's not, it's just going to be taken down pretty quick by natural processes, and one of them is the bugs eating this thing away. Now I'm fast forward over here to this. It only shows it for a second. It is showing Archaeopteryx. And Archaeopteryx, I think that's how you pronounce it, is one of the best specimens we have of a dinosaur turning into a bird. This is actually a dinosaur fossil, not a bird. And you can see that it's kind of a mold and a cast at the same time. Some parts of this could definitely be a cast if someone was crazy enough to actually break that up and want to do that, but why would you do that? It is a perfect specimen. So you can see some feathers that come off this animal, and that's definitely the mold part. And if I wanted to get a 3D rendering of this to make it in a cast, I could just chip it up and break it up, but you wouldn't do that. This is one of the first, or one of the best preserved fossils that we have of a dino bird type feature going on. I think it's Archaeopteryx. Is how you say that. Now he goes into the different types of fossils right here. And right there is talk about trace fossils. I want to pause this. I like his face right there. Okay, right here it says coprolites, and that's poo. That's dinosaur feces. And again, if you were paying attention to me yesterday, I was talking about how you can learn a lot um, from dinosaur droppings and so forth. You can also look at bite marks on bones and see what type of predators may have been in the in the surrounding area. Like for example, I'll do a sidebar right here. We have modern humans living at the same time saber-toothed tigers did, and how we know that one thing, fossil layers, but also what we know is that we have a fossil of a human that was actually bitten by a saber-toothed tiger. It's a mark in its skull where a saber-toothed tiger would have definitely fit it into the hole. I can maybe pull that up in a second. I'm not sure if I have time. And then he's basically talking about impressions. That would be a mold, and then bones and teeth. That would more than likely be a cast. So if you fast forward over here, the guy, again, this is the irrelevant part. He's kind of dancing and just talking. You can watch that point or not, but again, it's only 6 minutes. After you do this, I want you to type in Lucy. Lucy, and it might pop up. You see right there, it's Australopithecus afarensis, I think is how they pronounce that. So you click on that, and there's only like two. Definitely one I want you to watch. You can watch the other one if you want to. This one right here, it's only 2 minutes long. Does a great job of telling you the difference between a chimpanzee to Lucy to us. And they give you information showing you the anatomy differences. Here you see a chimpanzee where he is basically on all fours. Why he's on all fours? Because his hip makes him go forward. The hip right here is bent in such a way where it has to go forward. Now, you'll see right here, he'll pop up in a second, but he can't stay up there very long because his muscles weaken and it forces him back down. Now, Lucy was formed in such a way to where her hip actually allowed her to walk upright, just like us. Now, she is not anatomically the same. She is different, but her hips definitely let her. She was definitely bipedal. Now, it goes a little bit further and talks about how Lucy is different than us because even though there's a similarity, she is different. Like it's going to show you here, her brain case is definitely more elongated and smaller than ours. And of course, we're taller. Our arms don't hang down as far, and hers does. Her arms, her fingers are clawed, where like a gorilla's, where ours aren't. So there's big differences between us. She was basically a walking ape, though. All right, if you want to go back over here, you can go down to where it says your inner fish right here. It's by PBS. It's a pretty good video. It looks more modern. It looks like it's a modern video, not old. You can see it right there. And good camera footage is telling you how they found Lucy, and 40% of her skeleton was found. And they give like a computer rendering of what she might look like if she was right there, if she was walking around. She'd basically be a bipedal ape. And if I fast forward over here, that was neat that they have found over 400 fossils, individual fossils from Lucy's line, or her lineage. Okay, I can maybe find the saber-toothed tiger, human skull. We might show you. I can maybe find it. Yeah, here's some images of it. I can't really take time to search this out because I only have 10 minutes to do this screencast to find out. I want to tell you what to do. If you want to search that out, I remember seeing it a while back. Okay, once you watch those videos, I want you to do an online Venn diagram. I'm going to help you a lot right here. I'm not going to be able to do it all for you because I'm going to run out of time, and I don't want to do it all for you. So click the very first one. It's going to be a 3-part Venn diagram. Place your name. And project title is going to be fossils. I hit start. And give you a second to catch up. So put your name, title's fossils, and you're going to 3 parts. So I need to add a circle. I'm going to click this to add the circle. I'm going to title the circle Trace Fossils. Okay. Check. You see it's right there. Trace Fossils pointing to my yellow. I'm going to click this one. I'm going to label this mold fossils. Okay, I'm going to check that. And then my last one, I'm going to put cast fossils. All right, there we go. I'm going to give you some ideas on what to put in some of this. Trace fossils, probably the easiest. So I'm going to go ahead with that. Trace fossils, you see I only have 30 seconds left. So trace fossils, I'm going to put activity, because that's what they do. They show activity. Mold, I'm going to put impression. And cast, I'm going to put 3D. You see I only have 10 seconds left. I want you to have at least one for each one. upload to our shared folder, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching.